Luka, I want to ask you about Dalton Kincaid. He was a guy that the fantasy community kind of expected to take that leap and be up in that tight end one range. And when I say tight end one, I mean like a top 5 tight end in the league. So far through 2 games, he has 5 catches on 6 targets for 44 yards. Last night we mentioned he had, the Bills really concentrate on getting him the ball early, but then the game script just got away from the Bills in a good way, football wise, bad way, fantasy wise, and nobody in the passing game really ate, including Josh Allen. Do you still think, if you did before, that Dalton Kincaid will have the kind of season that puts him in the top 5 fantasy tight ends?
I think it's still there. One, it's not like tight ends have really hit the ground running in a fantasy perspective. I mean, Isaiah Likely's your TE1 right now.
That seems
And
unlikely. Ayo.
come on. So it's still absolutely there in a fantasy perspective from just a production standpoint and everything. It's one of those things where the first thing anyone ever said about this team, and the thing you heard from the players themselves, was everybody eats. This whole, it's a collective unit, it's a collective target share, all of these things. That in mind, it's like you should not be surprised if your guy's going to have off weeks. You should not be surprised if all of a sudden, he goes from 4 targets like he did this week, and next week we see him with only 2, and then the following week he could have 8. I think game script plays into this, of course, just like today, just like last night, as well as other situations there where, for the Cardinals, for instance, they clearly wanted to attack the boundaries. As you mentioned, the Cardinals were highlighting Kincaid. Essentially, they were trying to take that away. So to get at the Cardinals, you had to establish the run or work the run game and then work the boundaries. That's what the Bills did. That's why you saw Keon come up with the big catch, and you still had big days elsewhere on the perimeter. It's okay overall. If you're a Bills fan in this situation, there's no reason to panic. I think, tight end perspective wise, Kincaid's fine. It's, as I said, they wanted to get him involved early. It was clear as day. And then all of a sudden the game script just changed. And that's it, for all the right reasons, as you even put it. Do I think that Kincaid has somehow not become that go-to target for whatever reason? No. I think Kincaid and Shakir are still your quote unquote go-to targets. That is absolutely clear to me. I feel no different any other way. I think that is the focus of this offense in the passing game. And if that's the case, there's nothing to fear when it comes to Kincaid's situation.